Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, today I'm going to perform demonstration on how to update data in MySQL using Kodular and PHP. Usually Kodular we update data in Firebase, but this tutorial I'm going to show you how to update data in MySQL, but we need to use PHP. Right. Alright, step. Alright. So in the Kodular, we need to check first. We need to check the record whether the record is exist or not. If exists, then we get the data and display it in text box in the Kodular. If not exist, ask user to create new profile lah, new records. Right. The requirement. Requirement. First, we need to have web server that support PHP and MySQL. And then you have to create the MySQL database, and then Kodular lah, Kodular. Okay, for the setup PHP, I will use one script. One script name user update.php, and then MySQL. In this case, I use database recom TRC apps st1, and table involved is table user. Okay. So the objective of these apps, okay, first these apps we use authentication using Firebase, and then user can update the profile. The profile apps will retrieve record from Firebase like user ID, email, and then also email provider, and this data is updated in the MySQL using PHP script. Okay, so this is my MySQL structure. I have apa ni table user, and then ID as a primary key and auto increment. Your ID ni is from the Firebase authentication unit ID, email provider such as email, Gmail, and full name of the profile, DOB is date of birth, set as a date in MySQL. Right, the format is year, month, and also day. Weight and height is set as decimal places with 2 decimal places. Right, from the apps, okay, right, I will use two post. Post variable. Op is stand for operation lah. Operation to tell the script what you want to do, to check the data or to update. And then also post data is the data sent to PHP in form of JSON. Okay. Alright. From PHP script, the script will echo the operation status whether it is successful or not. And then will also echo data retrieved from MySQL and presented in JSON for the apps to process the data. Right. So let's see the script lah. Right. So the script I have uploaded it. Okay. To post data and also op. Okay. If the process is update, okay. This one data from the apps. Okay. We assign it to variable, and then using JSON decode, we decode the data. Okay. To the array. And then the array ni we call back all the inside the ni, right? So this one wait, right. So this one should be provider. Okay. Right. Okay, and then name, date of birth, weight, and also height. Right. If the record exists, we check if the record exists. Okay. If number rows greater than 0, then we use SQL update. Right. We use SQL update. Okay. If else, okay, else if number rows not greater than 0, then the email is not exist in the our database. So we use insert. insert record, right? So I believe this one is not here. Okay, insert into, right, and then we'll echo back update record successfully. Okay, if the operation is checked, then we just perform the SQL check, right? Okay, this one instead of using array push, I use associate array. Okay, name, date of birth, weight, and also height. Okay, and then we encode back the JSON data. Right, we echo back to the HTML output. Okay, for the app to retrieve it. Right. So I need to update in the coding. Right, so this is my file. Okay, so we update the latest script. Right. Okay, let's see at the Kodular. So this is the Kodular. This one, right. I use two input text, email and also password, and then button sign up to sign up for email. Okay, and then upon sign up, you can sign in the apps. Or if user have Google authentication, Google account, can use Google sign in. Right, and then component used is Firebase authentication, right, and also notifier lah. So here, right, global data, we want to hold the data upon login success, we get the email, user ID, and also the provider from the Firebase. Okay, then we open another screen and then we send the data. Okay. Right. So Google authentication, just call Google Firebase authentication, Google sign in. Upon success, just show alert notice, sign up success. Fail, just tell the user fail. Also the same with the login. And then for button sign up, we send email and also password. Also the same for sign in. So both sign up and sign in is for the email account creation. Right. Okay, and then let's see another screen profile. So here I have name, full name, text name, and then this one is date of birth. I have date picker for date of birth selection. This one weight and also height. Okay, so this is button for update. Right. Okay, text label here is just for me to show you the format of data. Right. Okay, so I declare two variable and declare it as a dictionary. Right. And then I use clock timer. And then when the timer trigger, it just call the function check. Okay. Right. Why I use timer? Because if we use screen initialize, sometimes the apps is not ready to initialize. So we use timer. It give us maybe 1 second, something like that. Okay. And then it will call the function check lah. Okay. Procedure check. We set the web URL and then call web post text. Okay. So here I send two. Op equal to check and then data equal to this one get value key email. Okay. Since we got the data from the screen one, okay, open another screen, we send the data, and then this data is in form of dictionary. So in screen profile, screen 2, right, okay, we treat it as a dictionary. Okay, here So we already know the key is email. And then the value whatever email lah get from the Firebase. Okay. Right. So we send and then upon got text. Okay. So if the response content not equal user found and update record successfully, meaning that we got the JSON data. So what I do is the content we convert decode back from JSON we decode and then send to the global retrieve. So this global retrieve ni will be a dictionary lah. It is a dictionary, and then we'll have all this lah, name, date of birth, weight, and then also height. So I just set it to the corresponding text. Okay, text input. Alright. Okay, corresponding text input here lah, name and so on. Okay. Right, and then okay. For the date, I set the date. Okay, after the date set, so we set according to the MySQL format, year, dash, month, and also dash day. Right. Okay. Right. And then when button update click, what it does is it will get the value. Okay. From start value, email, UID, and also provider. Okay. While this one text name, DOB, weight, and also height from the text input. Okay. Right. So label 2 text just display the data in form of what? Okay, for us to see how is the data sent to the PHP script. And also here I set the clock to false. If not, the clock is always running and so on, and always calling the function check. Right, and then I call procedure update. Okay, so procedure update. The difference is the operation update. This one is check. This one is update, and the data I send all the data. Check, we just want to check the data is just the email. While this one data in form of JSON. JSON we send to the script. So our script here, okay, we'll get the data here. Okay, the data, right? The data. Okay, we convert it into variable array, and then we decode. Sorry, this is JSON object. Okay, variable JSON object, and then once we decode, we assign to array. Right. So array, okay, we already know the key. This one must be the same with the apps. UID, email provider name, DOB, weight, and also height. Okay, so just refer here lah. Right. Okay, this one. Email, UID, provider name, DOB, weight, and also height. Right. So now let's test the apps. Okay. Right. So I'm going to open Firebase console. Right. So this is the user. Okay. Okay, let's say I delete first my user here. Delete account. Right. Okay. And then right. So in table user, we still don't have the record. Right. Okay, so if user want to sign up using Google, right? So click, right? And then let's just check, right? Okay, now I have the user. Provider is Google. This is the user ID. Okay. Right. And then user not found, record profile not found in the MySQL. So I have to update my profile. Let's say I update my profile. Okay. And then date of birth. Okay, let's see. Right. Okay, in form of year, month and also day. Weight 76.5 kilogram and then height 168.7. So update. Okay, so the data sent in form of array. JSON. Key value. Send to the PHP script, and then the PHP script will update the record in the table user. Okay. Okay. Since the record is already is not yet exist in the database, so the script run here will be this one. Insert into. Okay. If the record is already exist, then what is then the script will update. Will update record. For example, let's say I change this one 171.7. Okay, update. So now the height is changed. Alright. So it will run this one. This equal update user. Okay. So if we check our database, this one is the previous one. We just refresh. So the height already changed to 171.7. If not, it will create multiple records. Okay, so it is important for us to set the email as a unique, so we don't have multiple email account in our database, in our system, right? Okay, so by using this, we can create user data using MySQL, and then definitely we want to create apps and so on for commercial use. Can save a lot of money instead of paying Firebase charges lah. But if the apps the user is relatively small in number, you just can use Firebase to develop your apps. That one is faster lah. Okay, so no need to create PHP script. Alright, okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you very much. Right, so I hope you enjoy my video. Please you can subscribe, like, and also support by sharing the video. Okay, thank you very much.